it's relatively easy to sit on our cushion and think, may all sentient beings be well and happy, and send out thoughts of loving kindness to all those little sentient beings out there on the horizon somewhere. Then somebody comes in and tells us there is a telephone call, and we answer crossly, "Go away, I'm doing my loving kindness meditation." The best place for us to begin our Dharma practice is with our family. We have the strongest karmic connections with family members. Therefore, we have a great responsibility for developing our relationships with them. If we cannot develop loving kindness towards our family, why even talk about other beings? If we really want to open up our heart, it has to be those directly connected to us, such as our partners, children, parents, and siblings. This is always a difficult task because we need to overcome deeply entrenched behavioral patterns. I think this can be especially challenging with couples. Sometimes I think it would be a good idea to have a tape recorder or even a video camera to record how couples relate to each other, so they could see and hear themselves interacting later on. He says this, she says that, every time, and each time the responses are so unskillful. They get locked in a pattern. They cause pain to themselves and to those around them, including their children, and they can't get out. Putting loving kindness into practice really helps loosen the tight patterns we have developed over many years. It's sometimes a very good idea to just close our eyes, then open them, and look at the person in front of us, especially if it's someone we know very well, like our partner, our child, or our parents, and really try to see them as if for the first time. This may help us to appreciate their good qualities, which will then aid us in developing loving kindness for them. The third of the 6 perfections requiring the presence of other people is patience. Patience is the antidote to anger. From a Dharma perspective, patience is considered extremely important. The Buddha praised it as the greatest austerity. We must develop this wonderful, wide, expansive quality. It has nothing to do with suppressing or repressing or anything like that. Rather, it's about developing an open heart. In order to develop this, we need to have contact with people who annoy us. You see, when people are being loving and kind towards us, saying the things we want to hear and doing all the things we want them to do, it may feel great, but we don't learn anything. It's very easy to love people who are lovable. The real test comes with people who are being absolutely obnoxious. I'll tell you a story. Have any of you heard of Saint Therese? She is someone sometimes called the Little Flower. For those of you who haven't, she was a girl from a middle-class French family living in Normandy. She became a Carmelite nun at the age of 15 and died of tuberculosis at the end of the 19th century when she was only 24. She is now the patron saint of France, along with Joan of Arc. She lived in a small enclosed Carmelite nunnery with about 30 other women. 4 of her sisters were also nuns in the same nunnery. Her eldest sister was the Mother Superior. You have to try to imagine life in a contemplative order. You see only the other people in the group. You haven't chosen them. It's not like you choose all your best friends to come into the order. You go in there and then find out what you've got. You are going to sit next to the one who came before you and the one who came after you for your entire life. You have no choice. You eat with them, sleep with them, pray with them, and spend your recreation time with them. It is as if all of us here in this room were suddenly told, "This is it, folks. You are never going to see anyone else for the rest of your lives. You didn't choose each other, but here you all are." Imagine. Now, there was one nun whom Therese absolutely could not abide. She didn't like anything about this woman. The way she looked, the way she walked, the way she talked, or the way she smelled. Therese was quite fastidious. The nuns used to have silent contemplation in the morning in a big stone chapel where all the sounds reverberated. This nun used to sit in front of Therese and make strange clicking noises. The noises weren't rhythmic, so she never knew when the next click was going to happen. She was supposed to be contemplating, but instead she would be drenched in cold sweat, just waiting for the next click to come. She knew that she would be around her for the rest of her life, and that the woman was never going to change. Eventually, she realized that it was no use trying to escape by slipping down a corridor whenever she saw the woman approaching. Obviously, something about her was pleasing God, because he had called on her to become a bride of Christ. Therese decided there must be something beautiful about this nun which she was unable to see. She realized that as this woman was never going to change, the only thing that she could change would be Therese herself. So, instead of nursing her aversion or avoiding the woman, she began to go out of her way to meet her and to be as charming to her as if she were her closest friend. She began to make her little presents and to anticipate the woman's needs. She always gave her her very nicest smile, right from the heart. She did everything she possibly could to treat this woman as though she were her most beloved friend. One day, the woman said to her, "I really don't know why you love me so much." Therese thought, if only you knew. Through acting in this way, Therese became genuinely fond of this woman. She was no longer a problem to her, but nothing about the woman had actually changed. I am sure she still sat there clicking away, oblivious. Yet everything had changed. The problem had been surmounted, and for Therese, there was a great deal of inner growth. She didn't perform any great miracles. She didn't have any great visions. She did something very simple, which we are all capable of doing. She changed her attitude. We cannot transform the world, but we can transform our mind. And when we transform our mind, lo and behold, the entire world is transformed.